Hello students, welcome to the channel. In today's video, we will do a vocabulary in context drill. This is part of SAT and ACT reading where a word from the passage is picked up and you're given 4 options and you need to choose the best meaning of the word as it is used in the passage. That is why it is known as vocabulary in context, because you have to find the correct meaning in the context of what the passage says. Question 1. In Potawatomi, the strawberry is Odamin, the heartberry. We recognize them as the leaders of the berries, the first to bear fruit. So here we have the narrator describing the strawberry. The narrator calls the strawberry the heartberry, right, due to the shape of the strawberry. And then it says we recognize them as the leaders of the berries, the first to bear fruit. So if you look at the options, there is diagnose, there is concede, there is notice, and there is acknowledge. Now, diagnose is used in the sense of, figuring out the causes of a problem, right? So this doesn't fit the context of recognizing the strawberry as the leader of the berries. So A is out. To concede is to kind of accept that, you were mistaken or that your argument was not strong enough, right? He conceded that he had made a mistake. So that doesn't make sense in terms of what we are saying. Now, notice is used in the context of observing something, right? I noticed that the color of the pigment had changed, right? So you observe something, but what the sentence is trying to say is that we celebrate the strawberry. We recognize it as a leader. So notice is not the best word. Acknowledge is a good word, right? To acknowledge is to kind of say that, yeah, something is true, right? I acknowledge this to be the case. So we recognize them as leaders of the berries. Option D. Okay, let's go to the second question. What led Europe's aerial experimenters astray? It was William Samuel Hansen, or more accurately, it was the powerful sway of Hansen's persuasive vision of what aviation could be. And this should be Hansen. Persuasive vision of what aviation could be. So here we are talking about aerial experimenters. Aerial experimenters obviously refers to aviation. The word aerial refers to, air, flight. So there were aerial experimenters, but what led them astray? What kind of took them away from their path? And it says that there was this person, William Samuel Hansen, who had a vision, who had a persuasive vision of aviation, and it was the powerful sway of that vision, right? So if you think about it, we are looking for a word that means the powerful impact of that vision, but not a word as physical as impact. We are looking for a softer word. So fluctuation can't be the right answer because fluctuation refers to something going up and down, and that's not what we are trying to say here. Influence. Influence is a good word because I'm saying that Hansen's persuasive vision powerfully influenced these experimenters, these aerial experimenters. So his vision held powerful sway. It influenced these experimenters. So B is the right answer. Okay, regime is one regime is used in the context of like a king's regime, like the way a king rules. So that doesn't make sense here because we are not talking about regime. We are not talking about anything to do with how something is done, right? We are talking about influence. So C is out. And grace doesn't make sense here because grace is used in the context of a personality, right? Like somebody is graceful. So that doesn't make sense. The answer is B. Okay, so let's clear this. Question 3. As the use of drones rises in conflicts around the world, the future of warfare is being shaped as much by cheap but effective fighting vehicles, expensive ones with the most advanced technology. So what is the sentence saying? The sentence is speaking about the use of drones in conflicts today, and that is shaping the future of warfare. You don't really need advanced technology anymore, but just the use of cheap and effective fighting vehicles like drones can dramatically alter the outcome of a conflict, right? So what is a good replacement for the word shaped? Now, carved is not a good answer because to carve is to kind of make an impression in something, right? To carve out of stone or to carve out of, it's a very physical word, right? So I'm not looking at that. I'm looking at how the future of warfare is being influenced by, right? So it's not A. Okay, modeled, again, modeled is, I can say that the statue was modeled after the city councillor, right? So I'm trying to say model in the sense of, again, a very physical context where I'm saying that something takes after something else, right? So that doesn't make sense here. Now, decided has a sense of finality about it, right? I can say I have decided to follow this course of action. But here I'm saying the future of warfare is being shaped. It is still in the process of being influenced, right? So I don't think decided captures that because decided is a more final word than what we are looking for. Determined is a good answer, right? I can say that the future of warfare is being determined. This is how the future will look. This is how the future will be, right? It is being determined by the use of effective but cheap technology. So D is a good answer. Question 4, to help other countries deal with the pandemic, Brussels would lift export restrictions on vaccines and their raw materials, as well as expand manufacturing capacity around the world. So here we are speaking of the pandemic and how Brussels is trying to help other countries deal with it. So it would lift export restrictions on vaccines. So here that would mean that it would eliminate export restrictions, right? So if there were any restrictions on sending vaccines out, Brussels would eliminate those restrictions because it wants to help people in other countries. So the best option is obviously option B. It would remove those restrictions. The words climb and elevate, I think, have been taken from the other meaning of lift, right? Which is to kind of go to a higher altitude, right? And that doesn't make sense in this context. And manage doesn't fit the context at all because I'm not talking about managing export restrictions. I'm saying that those export restrictions have to be removed. So B is a good answer. Okay, question 5. While many companies in the tech industry have adopted plans to permanently let employees work from home a few days a week, not everyone is ready to embrace hybrid work. So here I'm speaking of the tech industry and how there are companies that are now allowing employees to work from home a few days a week. So they work at home, they work from home a few days a week, and they come to the office on the remaining days. So while many companies are doing that, not everyone is ready to embrace this hybrid model, right? Not everyone is happy with this hybrid model. So accept option A is a good answer, right? Not everyone is ready to accept hybrid work, right? They still want to kind of have office setups for work, right? So I like A, so I'll keep it for now. Okay, not everyone is ready to welcome hybrid work. That's welcome seems a little exaggerated in this context, right? It's not, first of all, I don't know if welcome is a good word for work, right? You don't really welcome work, right? You can welcome a person, you can welcome an opportunity, right? But I don't think welcome would go with work. And even if I wanted to kind of say that, I would not want to use such a positive word because I'm trying to say not everybody is ready to kind of accept this, right? So B doesn't make sense. Okay, seize. Seize is used in the context of seizing an opportunity, right? Or it can also be used in a very physical way to kind of grab hold of something, right? So it doesn't make sense in the context of what we are saying. So C is not out. And not everybody is ready to support hybrid work. This is not about supporting, right? The sentence establishes the context for how there is a contrast between companies that are willing to accept this versus some that are not going to accept it. So it's not about supporting, it's about accepting the very idea of hybrid work. And so the best answer is option A. Okay, so that was a quick drill on vocabulary in context. I have uploaded 2 other drills before this on this topic. So make sure to check those out. I'll link to them in the description box. If there are any other topics you'd like me to take up, do let me know in the comment section. If all this helps, hit like and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys in another video soon. Take care. Bye-bye.